Hi guys, ¿cómo estás? Welcome back to Kessis Cuisine, where we satisfy your food cravings with easy and amazing recipes. Today we are going to, for our 24 hours meal, we are going to be going to Italia. See. So we are going to be having Italian food for 24 hours. We are going to be having some indoor, and we're going to be taking you guys to the streets to see what they like, what they enjoy eating. Come along with us while we explore this amazing culture in Berlin. And don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Gracias. After a lot of findings, I discovered that Italians actually love sweet pastries for breakfast. So for breakfast, I actually settled with this strute de melocotto. It is actually an apple pie that is served warm with cold ice cream, and they love their coffee in the morning. So I actually settled for a cup of cappuccino. And this apple pie was actually very nice. It is served warm and with the cold ice cream balance. It was just so tasty. Like, I will actually give this one a solid 8 out of 10 because it is the first time that I ate apple pie, I think so. And yeah, I don't know if this is a typical Italian breakfast, but this was an Italian shop and I told them I wanted a typical Italian breakfast, and they gave me this one, or they gave me a couple of options, and I settled for this one. So for lunch, I am going to be making something from my Italian book, and after a long search, I settled for this Italian bruschetta. Okay, it's usually a side dish, but I wanted to make it for lunch because I am also going to be having something heavy in the afternoon. So this is a typical Italian bread. I got everything from an Italian shop, so I assume this is a typical Italian bread. Anyway, you want to cut them into tiny strips, because my strips were a little bit bigger, because when you want to bite, you have to bite it whole. And then you want to cut them into slimmer strips so that everything can just fit into your mouth. And then you want to drizzle them with some olive oil. This is the olive oil I will be using. And then I am going to put everything into my air fryer. You can also use your oven. It depends on what you have. And we are going to leave this for about 10 to 15 minutes until it is crispy and until it is golden brown. So when this is in the oven, we are going to prepare our filling. And for our filling, it is usually very easy. I'm going to be using this block cheese because I actually checked for a lot of this recipe, and this was the one that I settled for. I settled for the one that they actually top it up with cheese. And you want to just cut up your tomato, wash them, dry them up, and then cut them into as little sizes as you want or as you can. So for me, I had this tomato. You can also use a big one. I had the cherry tomato, but you can also use a big one, and then you just cut them into small sizes. I cut this one into as little as I wanted it to be for my presentation. And then you want to cut up some fresh basil leaves, and then when you're done chopping up your leaf, you're going to add them to you're going to add it to your tomato bowl. You're going to add some olive oil. I added in some soy sauce, but this is not the regular soy sauce. I forgot the name. I'll put it up, like I'll write it up there. I added in some salt. You want to add in some black pepper, and then you are just going to stir that all together, and then you're going to wait until your bread is crispy and brown. So if you've not subscribed to my channel now, please do subscribe to this channel for more beautiful recipes. And yes, so when my bread is crispy, brown, and had that very nice sound, you are going to rub them with some garlic. That is if you love garlic. And then I am going to be topping my bruschetta with this olive, because yeah, I really like them because they're snackable and they're just ready to go. At this point, my bread was ready and it was just time for me to add in my toppings. I'm going to top it up with my cheese, and then I am just going to layer my tomato on top, and then I'm going to garnish with some more basil leaves, and I'm also going to garnish with some olives. Now, this is very like it is way more than I expected it to be. Actually, I thought it was just okay, raw tomato and cheese, but with the bread and with that garlic on top of the bread and your olives and the salt and the black pepper, this is a classic. This is a classic. When I had the bite, I was like, Mamma mia, this was so delicious, like a solid 9 out of 10. And with your white wine, please, 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 girl.
In Italia, come primo si mangia l'antipasto. Significa con formaggio, salame, affettato, eccetera, eccetera. Poi dopo, come secondo, c'è la pasta, diversa come qualcuno come la vuole con pomodoro, gamberoni o salmone. Dopo, come secondo il terzo piatto, ma si mangia certe volte carne, pesce, dipende come cosa c'ha appetito di mangiare. E poi c'è formaggio a fine, misto. Dopo il formaggio si mangia il dolce e dopo il caffè.
So for dinner, I decided to visit this Italian shop. I just got a pizza and I paired it up. I ate it with my friend, and we actually ate it with some hot chocolate because it was actually very cold. I can't really remember the name of this pizza, but it was absolutely delicious, way different from the regular pizza that I actually am used to. And yeah, this was my review. So for Italian cuisine, I'm actually going to give the pizza a 9 out of 10. And I have tried a couple of their pastas and spaghetti, and I want to say Italian cuisine is actually very, very nice, very minimal spices, but also very tasty. So for pastas and spaghettis, I've had spaghetti bolognese, absolutely delicious. I've also had this one. It is called pesto spaghetti, absolutely delicious with nuts. I've also had pasta carbonara. I've forgotten the name of this one, but Italian restaurant for me, or Italian cuisine for me, I will give them a solid 9 any day, anytime. Okay, guys, see you in my next episode. Gracias.